Okay, the directions ask us to find the zeros of the function, the given function. Well, first we need to remember what zeros are. Remember that f of x equals y, and what we are asking for, what we are asked for when we ask for the zeros, is what is the value of x that makes the function equal to 0, meaning makes y equal to 0. Remember that that's y. Okay, so if we remember back to Unit 3 or 4, somewhere in there, when y is 0, you're actually asked about the x-intercept. So when you're asked to find the 0, you're asked to find the x-intercept when we're looking at a graph. So we're going to actually go ahead and do this with our graphing calculators. We can graph these by hand with a table, finding the vertex, but let's go ahead and use the graphing calculator. So we're going to go into y equals, push our y equals button, and then we're going to enter our equation. Now remember, y is f of x, so when we put the expression in here, we're looking on the graph, where is y equal to 0? And when we look at the graph, what we're looking at are the x-intercepts. Okay, so we can kind of guess by looking at this what it is. It looks like maybe one's at 3 and the other one's hopefully around -1. Let's look in the table. So if we want to see it in the table, we're going to go to second table. And remember, we're looking for where is y equal to 0. Alright, well I see right here that 3, 0 is an ordered pair on this graph. And that actually makes sense because looking at the graph it did look like it was at 3. So one of our zeros is going to be 3. I'm going to write it in as a solution set. Alright, what about the other one? Let's go back to the table. We thought it was around -1 or so. Well, we can see that it's between 0 and -1 because that's where it goes from positive to negative. But we're not going to be able to see it in the table because it's not a whole number. So let's go to our calc function. Okay, so number 2 here is going to actually find us the 0 of the function. It's going to ask us 3 questions. The first one is, what's the left bound? Okay, so what this is asking us right now, if I sketch this graph, is it saying, okay, where do you want me to look for this 0? Because there's actually 2. So we're looking for this one. We already know that this is 3. We're going to look for this one. So this is the point we want the calculator to find for us. The first question is left bound, and we see this blinking little cursor here. I'm going to move to the left until I'm to the left of this point. Now because this is going up and out, as soon as we cross the x-axis, we're going to be left bound. So I'm still below it, I'm going to go to left some more, and now I'm above it. So now I know I'm to the left bound of that point. Enter. Now it wants me to be right bound. So now I've got to go over until I'm to the right of this point. Well, because it's falling to the right, that's somewhere below the x-axis. So as soon as my cursor gets below this, I can hit enter for my right bound. So my cursor's here, I'm going to go to the right, and I'm already below it. Okay, it doesn't matter how far below I go. I don't want to go so far that it gets confused because it's asking me, where do you want me to look? Okay, so I'm below the x-axis, I'm to the right. And up here it's hard to see because of all this mess, but there's 2 arrows. It's saying, do you want me to look somewhere in here? Yes, I want you to look there. Okay, it's -1/2, 0. Okay, and if I want to check a 0, remember it's also a solution. This value, when I put it in for x, should make this equal to 0. And this value, when I put it in for x, should make it equal to 0. So if I want to double check, I'm going to go to y equals. Actually, I'm not going to go there at all. I'm going to go into my store function. So I'm going to do 3 store into x. I'm going to enter this expression and I should get 0. I got 0. So now I'm going to do my second 0, -1/2, storing it into x. I'm going to go on top of here and pull that up again, and hopefully I get 0 again. Yep, so those are the correct zeros, or x-intercepts.